I mean, I think so, but I'm pretty sure John wants to kill an undead fae.
Yeah, but he always wants to kill an undead. That's John's thing.
John, IRL paladin.
You have no idea.
It's always down to kill a zombie.
How many things have you killed, John? Are we allowed to know? Maybe I don't want to ask. Maybe I don't think I want to ask. Never mind. Forget I
I
asked.
think it's pretty suspicious that John was nowhere to be found the day Prince Philip died. Just put it out there.
That one wasn't me, I promise.
All right, so we'll get started. And on that note, who other than Hannah wants to tell me what happened last game?
Macklin, you're our backup.
Oh, I'm tempted to say not Rob either, but
I mean, I stopped taking notes because Hannah started. I was like, oh shit, someone else is taking it? Great.
oh, in that case, I will let you chime in. What did you guys do last game?
Shopping episode. It was a shopping episode.
There was actually a shopping episode. And a little bit of planning.
It was a plan?
No, not really.
I thought plans were banned.
But that's in my title, so we did it.
Fair enough. Let's see. I kind of just remembered bits and pieces. I know that Pixie's Fire is a drug that I might want to get a hold of at some point. That's the singular note that I took.
Okay.
Was it last game or the game before that Macklin got sparred with Alina? I feel like that's the game before.
Game before.
Okay.
That was the game before. I remember that because Hannah said that at the recap last game.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're failing us, Macklin. I bought a
I'm waiting for
fire
someone-
staff.
I'm waiting for someone else to
Neat.
chime in, but
Okay. So we went shopping last game, in which we tried to find some items that each of the party needed. There was some talks of Macklin. You ended up getting your new set of armor,
yes.
if you remember that part, and
Yeah, I just didn't
then
want to make it about me.
and then Tab tried to convince her to give you a hat as well, but then it was said that they would need to find a basilisk, and the Slayer's Take isn't at full service currently. At which then Jawson negotiated for a fire staff, and Cure, standing at the back of the room, offered to buy both the armor and the fire staff at one point, and was really strangely staring at Tab the entire time, but Jawson did not see
Entire
that
time.
until what is her name? Oh, I'm drawing a blank. The one behind the counter. Almika, thank
Almika.
you. Until Almika said that they had found some items for Cure, at which point Cure said, oh, hold that thought about buying things for my party who need these items, and here I'm just going to probably buy something fancy to shine my armor up.
They were gifts from my daughter. I make no apologies.
You need to apologize. Anyways,
You really do.
after
If
that...
you want to tell the child they don't deserve any magic gifts, I'll
They
be happy
really
to watch
don't.
this.
They
I think
really
the,
don't.
the apology
They put
came
2
later.
arrows in that lich, and they weren't supposed to. With
Yeah.
a toy fucking crossbow. Come on.
But that was the game prior, Macklin.
That was like a year prior at this point.
Well, no, the recap of that was the game prior.
Oh, yeah.
Recap last game. Come on now.
Okay.
Then Jozen and I think who was the other? Macklin, you needed to put your armor on, right? Was it you that you didn't have to? But Jozen had to attune to his staff, and frustrated with the fact that he had to attune to the damn thing for an hour, went to his room and attuned to it, to which Macklin went and took a bath because
Bubble bath.
a bubble bath.
2 degrees below lobster.
I kind of didn't take notes of this part because Jozen was away. So I don't usually take notes of things when Jozen's not there, so I can't remember what everybody else did.
Okay.
But after Jozen finally attuned to his staff, he found Macklin in the bathroom, to which Macklin made reference to his buns of steel. After getting out of the bathtub, they went around, collected the party, went to the center of the room, and were preparing to teleport. Or plane shift. That's what I have. I have 100% a reference to Macklin's buns of steel in my notes.
It was important to the plot.
That definitely happened.
It'll pay off later,
Can't
trust me.
confirm.
Do we have Mish?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm
Okay.
Do you see her?
jotting notes in the page that I did not have for last game.
Be sure to note that it's buns, plural, of steel.
I'm pretty sure you're more interested in Josen's buns of steels than I am, so I'll admit that.
Josen doesn't have buns of steel. He's an old man.
I mean, no one checked, so we just know that he didn't discuss them if he did. If he does.
You want to check for me, Macklin?
No, I'm good.
I mean, you did try to kiss me once, so...
I did kiss you once.
Yeah, that is a thing that happened.
You were stubbly.
Macklin kissed him once, and now he's walking in on Macklin in the bathtub. I see how this relationship is
Yes.
developing.
It's very slow burn.
Once you've kissed, it's like, well, I've seen everything.
Or nothing.
I mean,
Or
I've
nothing.
seen nothing. So why would
I'm
it
pretty
bother
su- I'm
me to
pretty
go
sure you
into
can
your
echolocate it.
bathtub?
All right. Any blanks to fill in there, Hannah?
I don't know how to deal with anything that's happened.
And then
Uh,
me and Tab were left unattended in the magic shop.
Yeah, V and Tab have bracelets that are both matching and opposite now. Alina may or may not have killed a hag, depending on who you asked, and Cure apologized, but we're not. We don't know what or why. And then she got
yeah.
really weird about it. And yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot going on there, but we were in a great hurry to get to the Feywild, so we figured we'll deal with it when we get there.
Oh my god, there was a timer, and we kept talking about the shit that came up, even though there was a timer.
Yeah, no, and it was listening back to it today. It was even more like I had felt a little bit bad after last session for quite how oblivious Tab was. And listening back to it, I was like, oh right, there were like 3 things happening at once, and Cure slipped the "I'm sorry" there into the middle of it, for reasons that I know made a great deal of sense to Cure, but I felt less bad about Tab being completely disoriented and confused listening back to it. Still a little bad, but not quite, but not as bad. Yeah, we want to hurry. And now in the Feywild, Mr. Mark? Oh, Cure is fluent in Zemnian now. I think that's the other thing that
Oh
he didn't mention.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that was what I was trying to fill in the gap in my notes with. Because I was thinking that not a whole lot happened to Cure aside from picking up those items for Alina and then chatting with Talia in the kitchen. But that chat turned into the Zemnian lesson. So that's what occupied her for that hour. And then, yeah, when they were preparing to go, she apologized to Tab when when she finally had Tab's attention, and then everyone decided to make a big thing about it, and I was like, no, let's just get going.
Okay. In that case, Jocelyn, you're casting the teleport?
Plane shift.
Plane shift. Okay, roll me a d20.
Will do. It is a 9.
Okay.
I wasn't that far back, so
Oh, we're
I
by the
feel-
creepy eyeball again.
I feel pretty good about that.
Good job.
It's so creepy. Is the eyeball still there? I feel like we had destroyed it or something.
There's an illusion?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. It was dispelled.
Cure stabbed it and it blew up.
Is it back or is there the open staircase?
Open staircase.
Okay.
I immediately start moving towards that staircase.
As soon as we, I don't know if land is even the right word. We wheel to face Cure. What did you mean?
Talk later, kill things now.
There's nothing here to kill.
Chasing after Cure. Slow down for a minute.
We're going to turn to Jaws and make her stop.
I can't do that.
Why not?
Would you want me to make you stop?
No.
Okay, then why should I
No one's
stop
asked us
Cure?
to.
Well, I mean, there could come a time that someone asks me to. Would you want me to stop you?
No. Well, maybe. We don't know. We don't know what would be happening.
Why
Maybe.
did I get that option? Did I get the iron bands of whatever it was?
Oh, doesn't Jocelyn still have that?
I'm pretty sure Jocelyn has that.
Can we hold out our hand and ask? Can you give us the band things back?
Jocelyn will hand over the band things.
Can we still see Cure?
Doors moving down the stairs.
I'm like right beneath the first layer of the stairs and waiting.
Like is like visible or like down?
From
all
your
the way
position,
around.
I would probably be invisible because I'd be under whatever the landing is above me here.
Then we take off after Cure.
I guess I'm taking off after Tab.
And I guess we'll do a thing if we can see her, if we can get in visibility range, or throwing a thing range.
Sure, with your speed, you can definitely get within range.
Cool. Then we say manners, and we throw the bands.
Since I'm waiting for my party and watching Tab run down, can I just step to the side?
It's still an attack roll. Fucking Christ.
I can't remember. Are we proficient in throwing the iron bands of Bolero?
Uh-oh.
I'm not the only one who sees it, right? How this goes down?
That's why I said, oh boy, Rob. I could just watch.
Oh.
Make an attack roll. You're not hidden, so you don't get advantage. Sure, you're proficient because you're proficient with thrown weapons.
I'm not sure whether I want a high roll or a low roll.
That's real bad. Gonna use our tap our rapier. Reroll that.
That is a really good use of luck, I'm sure.
I mean, we could use the wish.
I love you.
Oh,
all.
18 plus 23.
1 second. Yeah, that'll hit.
As Cure goes tumbling down the steps,
Oh boy.
Just a few steps to the next landing.
What about my shield and my sword?
I'm
I would assume they would be all clamped in all nice onto the iron bands, but I don't actually know how they
yeah,
work.
they're pretty clamped in. So you fall to the next landing. You don't. I'm not going to inflict damage for that. Is it a save? Hold on. Let me just double check to see if it's a strength save.
pretty sure it is.
I think it
Strength
is.
check to break them.
You make.
I know
okay.
that first 6 seconds I'm just going to be stunned, and then I'm going to try to break
Mhm.
this thing.
Okay.
Just got those back. We just got them back.
Sure. So, everyone watches as Tab iron bands uses the iron bands on Cure.
Oh no.
Tab, release Cure.
We don't know how. We'll trot down to catch up.
And now I'm going to make my strength check.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
You're stuck.
God damn it, Tab. The safe word is thank you.
Did
Jo-
that work if we said it?
Nope.
Good. I mean, you have to, Tab. You have to.
Is you're able to talk, or is
You have
that
to like
also?
you have to like undo the.
Okay,
So
so
you've
that's
seen
part
Doctor
of it.
Strange. There's that bit that covers the mouth. You undo it.
Yeah, it's to make sure casters can't cast.
Okay, that makes sense. We will trot down and stand on the landing in between Cure and the next stair down. Thank you.
Okay. The bands release Cure.
What the hell was that?
You walked away from us again.
Go to hell.
We can't.
Try. I'll get up to my feet all purple face since I flushed purple. Gather my things and just storm down the stairs.
We are trying to be in the way. Are we getting pushed out of the way?
I mean, I would assume so, but Cure, are you gonna push Tab out the way, or?
You know what? Let me check something. I'm gonna need Tab to make a wisdom saving throw.
Revenge will be swift.
22.
Yeah, Cure says demand they stand aside, and when nothing happens, she's just going to push past. Although Tab definitely felt will behind the command.
We're just going to scurry down right behind you.
Joslin just gonna shake his head and follow.
Is someone else
Macklin
picking up iron
stays-
bands, or
That's a good question.
are we seeing those up
Is
again?
it on the ground?
Yeah.
If Tab doesn't immediately go for it, Macklin is going to go for it.
Not immediately, so.
Then he's going to take a sit on the staircase. Wait a few seconds for them to pass. Make sure Joslin doesn't trip over him. And then from the back of the group, call out. I'm not taking another step forward until you two stop.
We will stop.
Oh, decisions.
Something is certainly wrong right now. And I'm not certain what we're going to do going forward.
Kior will have taken a couple more steps down before she pauses.
We just stand in place, looking up at Macklin, looking down at Kior, looking up at Macklin, down at Kior again.
Are either of you going to explain yourselves? Tab, you threw the iron bands at Cure.
We did?
You could have killed her. That's a long fall. You're lucky she didn't tumble to her death. Cure. And you're just being weird. I might not know what is going on between you two right now. But I'm not willing to come along any further until I do. Not with uncertainties like this flying around and magic items being thrown. So I'm not taking another step until you two convince me that you're prepared to unfuck yourselves and get back to work.
We didn't want to take steps in the first place. We wanted to know what was going on.
I'm going to lean my head back, still have my back turned towards the party.
Have you nothing to say, Cure?
I hope you'll understand if I take a few minutes to gather myself so I don't snap back in pure irritation.
Perhaps you should take a seat and think.
I don't think that will do me much good at the moment, Macklin. I have been concerned that the fact that I expressed my dismay at a sudden change in my comrade was taken as some kind of assumption that I might lash out in violence against them, as though my companions don't trust me to watch out for the people I care about. I apologized, and this was the reaction I prompted.
So, who did you think thought you were going to kill Tab?
We did. Not, we didn't, she wanted to. We didn't think it was her, but maybe we didn't think it was Cure. Would have wanted to, but we didn't know. If she would.
Why would Cure kill you, Tab? What reason would Tab have? What reason would Cure have to kill you?
If the matron told her to.
The matron. Why would the matron tell Tab? Why would the matron tell Cure to kill you?
If Cure thought we were dead, and Macklin thought we were dead. We sit down on the stairs now, sort of back to the center, facing sort of looking still looking up and down the stairs. We're not directly facing anyone. We're trying to keep everybody on peripheral vision. We're not dead. But if we were dead, then she would have her.
That's not how it works.
Tab, I think you misunderstand that it's not that black and white. It's not just one thing or the other. Just because you're undead doesn't mean that the matron wants you dead.
We look dubious.
There was a time where we encountered a revenant, and of course, Cure didn't just go all out and kill the revenant.
We continue to look dubious.
Cure, Tab, you're a friend of Cure. Cure isn't just gonna go out of her way to kill you. You would have to have more than a reason than just being undead.
Perhaps it might be important for Tab to know that Cure is more than just her title.
We know that.
Do you? Cure, do you feel that we believe that you are more than just your title? The conversation you had with me earlier made you seem quite the opposite. Perhaps now is a good time to share those feelings, regardless of whether or not they make you angry. Put everything on an even keel, as it were.
I don't know if you know that. Looking down the stairs again.
I don't know what I think at the moment. I just know that one of my companions took away my will to move. I am not fond of having that done to me. Considering the last person who took away my will to do anything ended up dead. Not at my hands, though.
Macklin winces.
Perhaps you should stop thinking about consequences, Tab.
We don't want to.
Too bad.
Hang our head just a little bit.
I think an apology is in order, Tab. V did not like it when they were bound up by the iron bands. As much as a necessity as it was, slippery as you were, it is something I regret doing. It is something you regret doing, Tab.
We're sorry we had to be through the bands. Didn't know how to get you to stop, or listen, or talk. We shouldn't have done it. We're sorry for that.
I don't say anything yet.
Macklin just kind of nods at Tab.
I'm gonna sort of look back at Macklin. We're not really 15. We don't even look 15 anymore. You can just say what you think.
Regarding what? I think it was a good move.
You don't have to lead us. Just tell us what you think.
What do I think about all this?
You shrug.
I've got some thoughts about all this, yes. Cure? I think you're being extremely difficult. Dropping an apology, not explaining yourself, not being honest with your companions about your feelings, and not being honest with yourself about how you feel. It's instances like this that make it somewhat hard to approach you, and leads to certain misunderstandings about what to expect from you. You're not exactly easy to get along with sometimes. Tab, I think you're dangerously impulsive. And that's about the crux of it. 4 or 5 different ways you could have perhaps gotten Cure to stop. Or you could have simply followed them. You could have waited until they were ready to talk to you. But you're not capable of deferred gratification, are you?
We can be.
Can you? I'll simply have to take your word for it. I don't like insulting my companions. But when you're both acting like children, lashing out at one another, it's damn hard not to see you like that. I wanted to suss out whether or not either of you were wrong in the head, but now I see you're just being emotional. Humans and ASMR. Ready to move on. He goes to stand.
I'll start walking down the stairs again.
We stay sitting.
No, he was just letting Papa Macklin handle it. Jocelyn will walk up to Tab. Are you coming?
You don't know. We're thinking about consequences.
Can you not walk and think, Tab?
We're tired of people being angry at us and walking off.
Would you prefer we be angry and stand beside you then?
Maybe.
Macklin stands in place. And then calls down to Cure. Cure! Do you remember how long it took us to get from the stairs to the mushroom room roundabouts?
Yes.
Could you be more verbose?
No.
I ask because you're the one with the chalk. The helpful chalk.
It'll be wasted before we reach the bottom.
Thank you, Cure.
So, are we just gonna sit here, Tab?
We're just waiting for Macklin to finish his call down.
Yep, that's it.
So, okay, so we direct our attention to him. What did you want to happen?
Between, what, this now?
A minute ago.
I was hoping that you would apologize and Cure would nod her head and say, Gods, that's all I really wanted was an apology and understanding and to be heard. And for us all to get on with our lives. It seems I've only rawed my feelings.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Macklin, how would you feel if you thought that your party thought you should die, or, you know, just look at your side of the things. Jocelyn throws up his hands, frustrated.
I have been. I have been since you mentioned it, and I've been thinking about it, and really, it's... From my perspective, it's quite a bit unfair. We expect a certain presence from her. We trust her to hit things hard, but we don't trust her when it comes to social engagement.
I trust her just fine.
Barring present sorcerer.
I can see the confusion. It's fine.
He nods.
It's not that we don't trust her, we just couldn't be wrong. Not about that.
Certainly, certainly.
No, Tab, what makes you think that even if Cure, by some stretch of the imagination, wanted to do something like that, what makes you think that Macklin, myself, even V would even allow that to happen?
Didn't think she would have wanted to. She does lots of things she doesn't want to.
Because you believe her dedication to her god supersedes her vows of friendship and free will.
We don't know. We couldn't be wrong.
You couldn't be wrong. You believed it to be a possibility.
Maybe.
Maybe. That is a fair fear.
We brought her a muffin.
You also threw the iron bands at her.
That was after.
Yes, yes.
We said it was wrong. We're not saying it was right.
I think perhaps this is a good discussion to have when Cure isn't supremely pissed off.
I'm gonna peek over this staircase. Has Kira continued on, or has she stopped moving?
Oh,
Or
she's
can we not
actually
tell?
continued on this time. If you listen, you could probably hear the clump of her footsteps in the dark.
We will listen for that.
Oh no, she's very stealthy.
I mean, this armor is very light.
Stealthiest paladin.
To be
She might be
honest,
intentionally stomping.
Tab, I think it's best if we carry on instead of just sitting and contemplating these things. We can always contemplate them together as we walk together.
Just gonna sit for 15 seconds, 20 seconds. Gonna very slowly get up. Yeah, I'm
So
sure.
we can.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
So then we can walk and talk then.
Try.
Fair enough. Macklin's going to start walking again.
Fallen behind him.
Yeah, Jocelyn's gonna continue forward.
Okay. Is everyone just continuing at a steady pace and not trying to catch up with anybody, or?
I'm not moving particularly fast. I'm moving slower than a normal pace.
I'll lead ahead a little bit to try to get between the two groups.
I'll trail behind a little bit because that was just awkward. I don't need to be in the middle of it.
Oh, come on, V. Don't you
We
want to
do
join in the
glance at our
fun?
we do glance at our shoulder once at V. But if he continues to trail behind, then we'll face forward again.
Okay. It's a long walk. It was about an hour of a walk last time.
Shit, dude.
It takes a bit to get down and down and down and down and down and down.
We are just waiting to see if anybody who talked about walking and talking does so.
Oh man, how do we truncate an hour of conversation?
Very carefully?
But we are not starting anything, so if everyone is just walking in stony silence, we will
Stony silence.
walk in silence as well.
Once Cure hears closer footsteps and catches sight of them, like half a turn behind her, she'll move into moving at a normal pace again.
Jocelyn's not gonna say anything unless something is said to him, so.
Oh boy.
This is all very effective.
Mm-hmm.
We've solved all the problems. What do we have to talk about?
Did we though?
Mission complete.
Are they solved? The dirty laundry is aired, but it is not washed.
Does anyone ever look at us during this walk, or is everyone trying to pretend that we're not there?
Macklin glances back at both parties now and again. Just to make sure
We
that they're still
will
in tow.
catch Macklin's eye, raise an eyebrow when looked at.
There's some awkward silence. There's some very awkward silence while he looks back and just insight checks Tab. That's what he does. He's gonna give Tab a vibe check. That's a 29.
Oh god, I forgot he's Macklin.
You kind of forgot he's Macklin.
Just general vibe check.
Yeah, the general vibe check.
The vibe.
Is
yeah.
Tab like looking for something to be said? Is Tab
the
languishing?
Tab is moving along with the group. The vibe is very strongly, we are walking and waiting as we were asked to do, your move, buddy. Not quite as confrontational as that buddy made it sound. But Tab's vibe is, we are trying very hard to hold up our end of the bargain. What are the rest of you all gonna do?
Oh boy.
No pressure,
right.
Macklin.
No pressure, Macklin. He drops the grump and the furrowed brow, and you see his hairs are kind of frazzled from rubbing his hand through his hair in frustration. He just gives you this like look that makes him look a little bit older and a little more tired.
Mm.
How are you doing, Tab?
Oh wow, that was a real good roll. Tab blinks. And there's sort of a visible shift from Tab strolling along with that sort of like your move vibe to just very, very calm, focused, relaxed is the presentation.
Compartmentalizing.
I mean, beat a 27 and I will tell you.
All right, fine.
I guess you're Macklin, so that's possible.
It's Macklin, so it's possible. Everything's possible with Macklin. He'll hear you out first.
Okay. So sort of the visible, just like flipping a switch, shift in posture, look straight ahead, just a little bit of a saunter. We're waiting to see what happens next. That's not what you asked. Bit of a pause. We don't know. We don't want to think about it.
Think about, he points in Cure's general direction. We'll think about something else.
About how we are.
About how you are.
That's what you asked. You don't want to think about it.
Don't want to think about how you are. I should think that, well, perhaps I should ask you directly. I witnessed a change in you. Something I had not sensed before, and something that happened under my nose. You say that you're not something, but the common wisdom I've been taught has taught me otherwise. So perhaps there's a way to explain that. I'm not accusing, but I am curious. Has something changed about you, Tab?
Are you asking for Dad?
I'm asking if it's within the realm of possibility.
Where's Jocelyn at this point?
He's right behind you.
Uh,
He's listening. He's definitely listening.
It's complicated. We're not dead.
Well, clearly, you're walking and talking. You can't be dead.
They're not undead either, Macklin, if that's what you're asking as well.
Jocelyn knows.
He nods a bit. So you're not dead, nor are you undead.
We're gonna
There are-
glance back at Jocelyn. Tell him, please.
They
We
are...
can't.
And which part do you want me to tell them?
Whatever
you
you
want-
think will help.
I certainly want Jocelyn to tell you. It's your secret to share. You may choose not to. If you desire to not share secrets.
Well, Macklin, I can tell you that Tab is very much not undead and has some things going on. And... You know...
I don't. That's the way I'm asking questions, Jocelyn.
Tab, these are secrets of your own. I do not want to share things that you do not want to tell him. If you do not want to tell Macklin everything, you do not have to.
If you don't trust me, it's fine. I'll understand.
It's Jocelyn.
But you
Jocelyn
Okay.
pipes up. I don't think it's a trust thing, Macklin.
Is it an intimacy thing? Should I be curious about you both, or
No. What?
The
No.
look we give you, Macklin.
he just grins at you? He just grins.
What are you talking about, Macklin?
It's called levity, Jocelyn. I think you've forgotten how to use it in your old age.
Jocelyn just shakes his head. Did you really just say what I You know what, Macklin? Sometimes I think you don't use your brain before speaking, sir.
Can you see me winking at you, Jocelyn?
Can't
Can
see
you
anything
hear my
blind.
eyes go swish?
Oh no.
Did you say swish? Eyes do not make a swishing sound, they make like a fluttering sound. Do you not know what eyes sound like, Macklin?
Turn my attention back to Tab.
Who looks horrified at this conversation. Like
So then it is complicated.
Yeah, that would be a good way of putting it.
But it's not undeath, and it's not death.
And it also hasn't changed Tab from who Tab actually is as a person.
Yes, that's the most important part, but it registers as undeath with magic. Some magics.
At some points, not all the time.
Oh, that's
nothing's
fascinating.
changed. It's not new.
He blinks and tilts his head.
So it's all right. We're still
Yes,
sort of glancing at Jocelyn, like expression a little bit pleading, but he doesn't know.
Everything is all right, Macklin.
He nods a little bit and turns back toward Tab. So everything is all right. You're not undead, but sometimes you ping as undead, which is something you felt you should be careful of around Cure. Do you know when that, this is more of a Jocelyn question, sometimes it shows, and is that something we should be aware of? Can magic that affects undead creatures sometimes affect Tab? Could a cleric perhaps make you run away from us if they were to use their holy magic?
Is that to Tab or is that to you, Jocelyn?
It's to both.
Or to everybody?
He's going back and forth, buddy.
We don't know.
Question mark? I honestly don't know what the extent of it is, but I mean, seeing as how as back when I was a cleric, I used it in front of Tab. I don't know about your other cleric friend that you had. I don't know if he ever used it. But did Tab run away at that point?
Rick wouldn't make us run away. Rick went with us.
He'd pull you close.
We nod.
No, I
It's
don't
true.
think he did make Tab run away. But there are times I've seen you do strange things, Tab. You've turned transparent like Felion, going through walls.
We forgot about Felion.
Felion, he has a very unremarkable face if you look over the scars. I would not say that he's forgettable, but very plain face.
We're not dead, but the others are.
The others?
We nod.
Friends of yours? Did you... Perhaps your old party? It's awful.
Not quite, Macklin. It's more of beings.
There are other beings that are dead. Noted.
They happen to speak with Tab from time to time.
Cox
All the
Brown.
time. They don't shut up.
They don't shut up, Macklin.
Oh. He pauses and lets the others gain on him, and very quietly. Tab, do you hear voices all the time?
We look a little, not disdainful. That's the word that's coming to mind, but that's not quite. Just a little bit impatient, I think is what it is. We've told you that.
Well, yeah, 5 seconds ago, I had no idea.
We told you. Someone asked. We don't remember who. Maybe it wasn't you.
I would have remembered something like that, I believe. I should hope I would. I'd be an awful friend if I didn't. Unless I did, then I'm not an awful friend, and I'm just forgetful.
Why can't it be both, Macklin?
You aren't always
don't
listening either,
like
so.
to own my shortcomings, to be completely honest.
Either way, it's something that Tab has been dealing with for quite some time now. As far as I'm aware, as far as they point out to me, it's been as long as they've known us, so nothing has changed about Tab. Tab is...
So when I was sensing undead, that wasn't you I was sensing, was it? Just someone knocks on his head a few times.
Most likely.
Unreal.
Undead?
Macklin.
Yes, hello? Yes, hi?
Wanted to jump in real quick since Cure wouldn't be here to point this out, but Macklin is smart enough to recall some of their conversation back in Whitestone. I'm pretty sure Cure gave him a time frame.
Yes, but that has been explained away.
Has
Because
it though?
sometimes happens and sometimes doesn't.
Carry on.
Okay.
That's probably fine.
All right, so I just have to roll a couple of insight checks to see if you're lying. Not gonna do that.
Who? Tab or Jozen?
Yes. So Macklin just slides his hands into his pockets. Can't find his pockets because he's wearing armor now.
Oh no.
Oh, bother. What to do with idle hands?
Do you need the yo-yo?
Are you offering the yo-yo?
It's very good. You fish it out
I
and hold
would
it
love
out.
a yo-yo, thank you.
You have a tin yo-yo.
I will catch the yo-yo and begin fiddling with it. Thinking.
Well, see, now, Tab, don't you feel better? It's out in the air now.
We don't know yet.
Yeah.
We don't feel worse.
Well, that's good.
See, that's on the plus side then.
So now that you know that we know, is there anything you would like me to do with that information? An accommodation? Perhaps I should not bother you when you're staring off into space, or perhaps I should bother you more to help distract you from, Taps has said a few times.
Blink, shake our head. We don't mind. We're used to it.
Ah, I see. I suppose it's just part of being Tab at that point.
Sometimes they have good ideas.
So what's your connection to Secret Asum?
We blink. The entirely casual, like all of these reactions have the totally like the saunter has been maintained, and at that sort of the saunter like the very convincing relaxation drops, and it's back to Tab, just sort of bouncing, like not quite the usual, like a little tenser
Being
than their usual
cagey.
bounce, but yeah, not even cagey exactly, just like that, like flipping a switch. The calm focus is gone, and it's just sort of baseline Tab again.
They
Does
think
Tab-
Macklin's going to kill them now.
Does Tab just flatline at that point?
No, we're just. I mean, you don't know what was going on there, unless you wanted to.
No.
Did you want to roll that insight check? I
No.
okay.
If
Change your mind.
Tab is taken aback, Macklin's gonna continue.
So not so much taken, just startled. Startled out of whatever was going on there.
Okay.
We worked for him.
He chuckles and turns his attention back ahead. You were scrying on him. I had recognized the town he was in.
We thought he was
If-
dead.
As did everyone else.
We thought Corin was dead too.
That seems to be a running trend. That we think that people who are close to us are gone.
They're still gone. For now.
They're displaced. They're not gone, though.
Not here. Where is he?
Asum or Corin?
Either.
Well, I can speak for the Seeker. There's a small town of odd folk, different folk. Most people would refer to them as monsters. A tiefling, drow, dragonborn, and even a peculiar woman by the name of Seta. They have their own little oasis out in Marquette. Tiny little place, not very well defensed.
Are they a circus?
Are they a circus? No, they're not a circus. They're just a group of fine people who are trying their best. You're familiar with what happened to us when Vecna displaced us. How we were thrown far, far away into the future.
No. We weren't
What?
here.
I thought we told you that story.
We were in a box.
Oh, loose lips sink ships. I'm being awful about this. Well, suffice to say, the town that he's in. Well, not too long from now, something terrible happens there. But friends of ours are preventing that from happening now. Because now they know.
The Seeker or other friends?
Other friends. Yes. I know about those clowns.
You also know that Tab was talking about him to circus last session.
True.
Right.
We had a whole conversation about whether they're going to be a big leader or an acrobat.
Yeah,
Tab and
I remember.
And we are going to, well, Macklin's thinking about what he wants to do with clouds, if anything. Sort of just a little bit of side eye. And tell us what the terrible thing is. We told you we're not 15.
I'm sorry, can you say that again? You talked really fast.
Even I talk fast at baseline, and tab is even worse.
Oh, yeah.
You could tell us what the terrible thing is. We're not 15. We told you. You're all very careful with us, with
In a much worse
not telling us
future,
things.
in a much worse future than this one, that town is razed. Everyone in it killed.
By Vecna or someone else.
No. Adventurers.
Which
I told you it
ones?
was I couldn't tell you which ones they are. Someone spread word that this is a city filled with monsters. Monster hunters, or those who would be, intended to clean it out. That is the world that ghost comes from.
Nod slowly.
That is the word that ghost is going to try to prevent from happening. Perhaps when this is all said and done, we're done with Sondor, done with this, and we've patched things up with a cure, we can look into what's happening there. You could meet your old ally, perchance, and perhaps we might see a good deed done there. But I don't think we'll find the circus.
Does it have to be in that order?
Well, we are in the Feywild. Sondor is here. Cure is pissed. I think those things should be solved in that order. Unless you can unpiss Cure first. I don't think that's going to happen.
We don't think we can.
I don't think I can. And I'm the funny one.
But we don't think she should fight when she's angry. We're not that angry. Not our decision.
You don't think she should fight when she's angry? You trust her to make a mistake?
Everyone makes mistakes when they're that upset.
That is true.
But we don't think about it.
It's the same reason why we don't go to bed angry. You can't undo a regret like that. How far ahead is Cure? They're still just kind of around the bend.
Probably a quarter of the way ahead of them. Like
Well,
looking down on the stairs is like a clock. She's just like a quarter of the way ahead of them. So she's not
she's like
far.
just far enough ahead that
Just
we're
far
not
enough.
actually looking at her back as we go down go around the spirals, but no farther than that.
Kind of like quarter to a half, close enough to where she's like with everyone and has totally been listening to everything that's been said, but far enough removed that it's evident she doesn't want to be part of this conversation.
Oof.
We might have another conclusion about that distance, but
Well, I believe Cure is the kind to smolder for a while. But perhaps, in a while, we could perhaps talk to her and see if she can be talked down.
how many stairs?
I think it will be past the stairs. I think perhaps this will be a lesson in deferred gratification. That we hold on to this and present it to her. Maybe past the trees, right before the mushroom tunnel.
We sat in a box for 10 years.
Did time pass slowly while you were in the box? Or was it over in a flash? And as he says this, it's just...
I mean,
tell
it
that
was
he's-
it was slowly. It was definitely felt like it took at least 10 to 20 minutes.
And I was just gonna say, so Tab kind of looks off, kind of look like thoughtful for a moment, and I was just gonna say, DM, does it have, since other things about our memory of the box have changed, has that part changed, or does it still feel like
No,
it was 10
still
or 20
feels like it
minutes?
was 10 to 20 minutes.
Didn't feel like yours, but it was a very long time to be in a box.
He nods. How much do you remember about it? Was it a room? A white space? A grey expanse? A void?
What was it, DM?
Was it music?
It was a tiny black box. It was hard to move. You felt trapped.
It was very small. It's very dark.
That sounds awful. But you can see in the dark, can't you?
There was nothing to see. Just the walls.
That is awful.
And everything
sorry
was
you had to do-
gone when we got out. So you'll forgive us if we don't like to wait.
He
We can try.
nods. Well, you're no longer in the box.
Not that one.
He looks up and around and... Are you in a different box now?
We don't know.
You don't know if you're in a box? I should think we're in a cylinder right now. He grins a little bit, and hopefully Tab is smiling, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
Tab laughing.
Tab is a
Okay,
little
cool.
amused.
Otherwise, that would be fucking cruel.
Yeah. Both Tab and Hannah are amused.
There's a lot more to look at as well. Stones. I think that might be fungus or slime over there.
So, Cure, you speak Celestial,
Yes.
but not Elven.
No.
You
Speak
begin to-
Zemnian.
You do speak Semnian. So you remember one night a very long time ago when you were standing in a forest clearing listening to a set of adventurers speak in a weird language that seemed like it was half celestial, half elven. And you hear in your ear, in a calm but assertive tone, someone say, something.
I'm going to kind of groan quietly to myself, put my sword away and raise a hand up to, I don't know exactly how the earring works, but I'll kind of press my hand against it so it also kind of like makes it harder to hear what I'm saying as I lower my voice. I forgot to give this back to Talia.
You hear another voice go, that's fine, Auntie. And then as Yuri speaks, and then he moves into the other language, speaking quickly, but firmly, calmly.
Are you talking to me?
This is an open channel. You hear another voice.
Hell, it's one of those earrings.
You hear another voice say as Winter chimes in. Or she responds, again in the pigeon, calmly, firmly. Seems to be maybe giving some sort of instruction.
Oh, this is going to get annoying. I'm going dark.
That's said aloud.
She's been saying all of this out loud, just very quietly behind her hand.
Oh.
Probably looking more suspicious. But then she's going to go and remove Talia's earring, which is an unusual motion that'll probably grab some attention as she goes to take it out and put it into her bag.
My attention currently on tab is gonna prevent me from looking at Cure.
Yeah, I mean, with your passive, you pick that up.
Oh, okay. In that case, I will lift a finger up to tab and call for a pause with our therapy session. And quietly call back after Cure. Is everything alright up front?
Yes.
Very well. Thank you.
Okay. You reach the bottom of the stairs in the vine-covered room.
Don't step on the thing.
That
Pointing.
glyph is still there, right?
Yeah, he's still there. It just for some reason didn't show up on this.
Yeah. Cure glances at it and just gives it a wide berth.
I didn't move you.
This seems fine.
Y'all are jumpy.
Yeah, we are. I wonder why. It's been a very tense night.
No, I meant that you said you wouldn't go that far, and I said I wouldn't move. I didn't move you, so that was what I was responding to. I was not saying that I needed to move you across the field.
Yeah, that's how I read it. Does Cure stop near the bottom of the stairs?
No. Once she gets down there, she would pause briefly to make sure that the room was empty and then continue.
Sure.
All right,
Perception check.
$15.
Yes, super empty in here.
Good enough for me. Now I progress forward and keep to the side and look at the defaced symbol on the ground.
Is Cure just moving at just a slow and steady pace?
Yeah, instead of the,
Stomping away.
Yeah, instead of stomping or striding down the stairs, now she's switched into being more cautious.
Alright, then I'm gonna dart ahead and come to a trot next to Cure. Take our time to reset traps. Would you like us to check ahead?
Be careful of the desecration symbol.
I will, thank you. I look back toward V. V, would you mind helping me check for traps?
I can do that. By Macklin to assist in checking for traps.
Alright, so
Cure does a 24 hit.
sweet.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Maybe?
You know we're in endgame now. I have a 23 AC and both the attacks against me hit tonight.
Admittedly, one was from a party member, so that doesn't really count.
And did take a luck roll. It would definitely not have hit otherwise.
God, you used luck!
8
Well,
points of 8 points of piercing. As one bolt flies by you, and another bolt sinks into your armor.
I don't think we're alone.
Alright, so I'm gonna brandish my shield and see if I can help Cure with this.
There's a blue dot Ilya and a red
Yeah.
dot Ilya.
First, I saw a blue dot, and I was gonna be like, "Oh, you've got to be," and then I saw the red dot. I'm like, "Oh."
It's one of those.
Alrighty, so if everyone could roll me initiative.
Wow, that's fitting. Wow,
What?
y'all are on the ball tonight.
I have to adjust that I rolled actual dice.
It is a tense night, and some people want to hit things.
I guess so.
Some of those things are party members.
You don't know.
Insight check.
Tab wants to though.
Can't insight check another player. I mean, IRL. Oh, see, in character, yes.
The babbling has thoroughly confused me.
Sorry. That's kind of like the theme of the night, though.
Yeah.
Okay, Macklin, you're up first as a couple of darts fly by.
A couple of darts. Can we see where they came from?
Yeah, you see, it looks like their position was given away when they shot.
Cool. What is the range on a crossbow? 120 at disadvantage. So, I'm gonna aim. Take a moment, bonus action, aim, and red's closer. I'm gonna aim at red. Do we recognize off the bat that it's a homunculus that's Ilya flavored?
It does look like Ilya. You're
Cool,
pretty
cool,
sure
cool,
that
cool.
Ilya wouldn't be taking pot shots at you in the Feywild, though, so...
Pretty sure she's got a few more gray hairs, too. So,
she does have significantly more gray hairs than these ones do.
and those dark circles under the eyes. Yeah, I've been there. So, yeah. Going to attack that one with the Condemner. I just destroyed my dice tower. Hold on.
Oh no.
I knocked my dice tower over throwing the dice. That's how into this I am. That's a 30 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Oh boy. So that's... One d10 plus... Okay, so that is... 16 points of piercing damage. Excuse me. 3 points of poison damage. I have nothing to give me sneak attack, but I will use my second attack. I'm going to opt into the empathic feat. I want to roll an insight check versus her deception to
Okay.
try to...
First, you kind of mumbled your way through the damage, and which one are you shooting?
Sorry, red.
Red? Okay.
Going through red, and it was 16 points of piercing, 3 points of poison.
Okay.
Okay. For the second attack, I'm going to make a skill check against her with the empathic feat. Just try and get a read on her to get advantage on my next attack.
Okay, versus her...
Deception.
21.
21. Okay, 1 sec. Until the end of my next turn. Got it. Let's see, it's an 18 on dice, plus 15, that's 32? 33.
Okay.
Sorry, that's plus 14, that's a 31.
That's still beats a 21.
Okay. So I'm essentially just gonna... That's my target! That's the one I have to go after now. Cannot use my third attack, I'm too far out of range, and crossbows are terrible, so that's turn.
Alrighty. V, you're up.
I am going to cast Fairy Fire on both of them, I think. I'm just reading through the spell to make sure I can hit both at the same time. 20-foot cube. Yeah, they're a little more than 20 feet. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to light up blue then.
Okay.
Reasons. And then I'm going to use my bonus action to hide.
Is that a dexterity saving throw?
Each
What's-
object in a 20-foot cube within range is outlined in blue, green, or violet light. Any creature in the area the spell is cast is also outlined. If it fails in dex save, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So 15. Does that pass or no?
Dang it. Yes, that was what they needed. 15. Oh well.
If we see V ducking towards the roots to hide, don't go in there. Remember from last time? You don't.
Yeah. Are you ducking into the roots to hide?
I was going to step back towards the stairs to hide, but okay.
Okay. Okay. So that'll be a stealth check.
$25.
You feel pretty well hidden.
Excellent.
Okay. So the red is going to eyeball cure. Can you roll me a I'm just here to read this. I feel like I should know this. I know this class already.
Wisdom? Charisma?
I think it's charisma. Yeah, it's charisma. Charisma check.
Charisma save?
No, charisma check.
Charisma check. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not sure which is applicable in this situation.
Does a 21 hit?
No.
Okay.
This one I block with my shield.
Okay. As two bolts go flying past you. And she darts off to hide.
Okay.
And it's your turn.
Yeah, I go stalking forward.
Okay.
Um, I really don't have any good things. And I'm fairly certain, yeah. Yep, I can't do anything. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna march right up next to her. Sword drawn. A grim expression on my face.
Okay.
And I'm just going to hold position there. That's action to dodge and movement.
Sure, sure. Okay, she's gonna make 2 short sword attacks. First one is a 24 to hit.
24 does hit.
Okay. 5 points of piercing damage. 5
Got
points
it.
of necrotic.
So 5 and 5?
Mm-hmm.
All right, resistance to necrotic, so that's 2 points.
Okay. She's gonna use her bonus action to disengage and hop that way.
I think Sentinel can still trigger. Double
Even
checking
if
though.
she, yeah, I'm about to say even if she takes disengage.
Yep, even if they took the disengage action.
Okay.
So I let her think that she disengages, and then as soon as she turns away, I lash out with my sword.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's a 30 to hit.
Yeah, so she does not disengage fully.
And I'll toss in a 3rd level smite as well.
Brutal.
Okay, so that'll
Lame.
be 11 slashing and a total of 20 radiant.
Alrighty. Yep. You lay into her really well.
Cure doesn't say anything yet, though.
Alright. Jocelyn, you're up.
Ugh.
What you doing, John?
Oh, I'm muted. I'm moving there, as I said. I'm gonna form a ball of energy in my hand. And it's gonna be almost like this greenish glow, and it's gonna form into almost like a liquid, and he's gonna toss it at the one next to Cure. That's a 29 to hit.
29 definitely hits.
And that's gonna be, I'm gonna cast it at 3rd level, and this is gonna be acid damage. Let's do it this way for fun. That is going to. I'm going to burn a sorcery point and re-roll one of the d8s.
Did you just
So it's 23. That's going to be 28 points of acid damage.
Damn. All right.
As it makes contact and just splashes all down her. And
Yeah.
Kiora, you can hear the blood on her, or the skin on her start to sizzle and burn away. Haha.
Does Chosen actually laugh at that too?
No.
Okay.
That's John laughing at it because he knows that it's, an image of Kiora's love.
Rude.
Just more trauma to add to the PTSD.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
The character doesn't take pleasure in it, but the player does.
It's fine. They'll drink about it later.
Mm-hmm. And they'll have a good laugh. Anyways,
That's
that is, I think that's, for now, that's going to be Jocelyn's turn.
Okay. Tab.
I'm just trying to carefully walk around and see if I see any bodies appear.
Cool.
Mind if you're the one looting.
Oh,
Oh,
I forgot we had more movement than we think we do now. Doo-doo.
I have one that's a 8.
Look at
So
that. Delightful.
that would be nice.
So movement.
Okay, so
Oh wait, it's Kiora. We were measuring too. That's not who we put away.
Not sure how to feel about that.
I was like, things are about to get real interesting.
No, that was I don't know what I was thinking there. If we get up here, will we be standing on the root?
oh shit.
Can we stand there without being?
You think you could probably manage.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. And so we
Huh?
zip forward, movement and bonus action dash,
I have.
and swing away with the rapier.
That's
Cool.
let's see. Earlier today, it didn't
Plus
show it.
12, 34 to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, 34 definitely hits.
Delightful.
Yeah, no, I knew one of them. One of the times going.
Sorry guys, I'm trying to get him muted.
No worries.
We're not worried about it. We just think it's funny that he's hiding bodies.
You're like, I was doing fine. Why don't I all of a sudden die? What the
There's
fuck?
a
Like,
background
30.
there's a background noise thing in not Discord, TeamSpeak. TeamSpeak you could try.
okay.
36 magical piercing. And we used basically all our move to get there. So we're just gonna not teeter, we are tab. We are going to remain poised and comfortable on top of this little wall, very carefully not stepping on the root. And can we see, does this Ilya have a collar like we were told to look for?
So I'm
She
mad
does
at
not appear to
myself
have a color now.
right now.
Cool. That's okay.
As I personally, as Jocelyn, could have actively sought out
Yeah, I
the
have
other one.
remove background noise activated, but it doesn't. It still thinks Sam is supposed
Oh
to talk.
shit, dude.
I could have actively sought them out with a perception check, and I didn't. And
We'll
as
switch it to that and see
Jocelyn,
if it helps.
I double my proficiency modifier on it.
Because the bags,
So essentially, get like
Does not. Does not at all.
I found luck with
12
my
plus
Blue
12
Yeti by
to
turning gained
perception,
like
hearing.
25%, and then
Oh,
just
dumb.
sitting next to it.
oh, so
Dumb.
I can tell you why.
Just
didn't get
player
off the
being
ladder.
dumb, chat. It's fine. I mean, unless it's bothering everybody else, it's not bothering me. So.
It bugs me, but I don't even know what it's picking up sometimes. Okay, so turn the gateway down, but I doubt it'll help.
We've grown accustomed to it. It's fine.
Okay, so Tab, anything else for your turn?
Nope, that's all.
Yep. I'm quickly just doing.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Did Heather break? That was a very abrupt cut. I think they might have crashed.
No, I turned the noise gate down to like. Fuck you! I need to yell into my microphone to be heard.
Ah, okay, cool. Yeah, it cut you off mid-word. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, I realized. No, I cut me off mid-word because I realized it was going to cut me off, and I was like, oh hell no, I'm not dealing with that again. Played that game. So, in that case, anyway, moving on. Macklin.
Okay, so I assume the person I was targeting made a stealth check.
Did.
Did they roll under a 24 by any chance?
They did not.
Okay, so they rolled higher, so in that case, I'm going to have to search for them. So I will move out into the open and not touch this fucking bastardized Raven Queen thing. If I move in this direction here, do I cross the actual routes, or...
No, you should be fine.
Alright, so then I will chart a path. Move 25 feet over this way, and I will attempt to perceive them. Or is it a perception, investigation? What do I roll to find?
Perception.
Perception, okay. So, this is a check against them, so I am rolling at advantage due to the feat. And I need that advantage, oh god. Not much better. That's a 27.
27.
27 to try to find them.
You use bonus action find.
There's a bonus action for that?
No. Joking.
As you glance over your shoulder, you see out of the corner of your eye, tucked into the rocks.
Okay.
Uses.
Alright, in that case, they're within 30 feet. Yeah, they're within 30 feet. So that action uses up my attack, so I can't attack. But what I can do is use my subclass feature, Master of Tactics. I'm gonna help V attack them. And Macklin's just gonna point his hand and... V, I've spotted the homunculus! Get her! Point out her position and grant V advantage on an attack.
Alrighty.
Oh, dang.
And...
I didn't want to go over the roots. The roots are evil.
see, that's movement, bonus, and that, yeah. So that's it for my turn. I gotta step away. I'll be right back.
Okay.
You're cutting in and out a little bit, Heather. Is it my
Oh,
mic or you?
Yes, you're up.
You.
No, it's probably me. Like I said, I did move my microphone sensitivity.
Okay.
The sensitivity of Embro in order to not pick up Sam all of the time.
So yeah, it's your go, V.
Yes. I'm trying to figure out if I can get to her without getting into the root madness or not.
Can you? I mean, are you going to move around the roots or are you going to move over the roots?
There's a spot for this. Okay. I'm going to use Misty Step to appear like here.
Okay.
I've got advantage. Is this like right in front of her or right behind her?
Right in front of her. She was turning to face the group. Most of the group is.
Okay. Do I get like my advantage from Macklin so I can use sneak attack?
Macklin did give you advantage, yes.
Okay. All right. I'm going to come in then with Strike from the Shadows. So sword attack. And
Grabbing from the
beg pardon?
It was Sam talking. You're fine.
That was Sam talking. Unfortunately, I can't turn my microphone on so far that it won't clip me, but also won't pick up him.
All right. So I'm going to use one of those charges to have a shadow of myself left behind that deals half the damage again, rounded up if it hit on a hit. But not sure if I declare all that before I roll to attack. But hey,
It's always good to do so. But charges usually work if you hit, you can use it when you hit them. So if you don't hit them, you wouldn't burn a charge.
okay. That was a 15.
15 misses.
Okay, and then I'm going to come in with the dagger in my offhand. Terrible rolls this evening. That is an 18.
18 hits?
Okay. All right, so I got to roll damage, and I don't get sneak attack on the second weapon, though. It would only have been the first.
Was was Mackin's thing, did that give you advantage on both rolls or just the one?
I
That's
think
what I
sneak
don't know.
attack can only proc once a turn.
It can only it can only use sneak attack once a turn. The question is whether or not V had advantage on the second attack.
The first one missed, so there wouldn't have been sneak attack.
But Macklin walked away.
Oh, right. That was his mastermind thing, right?
I think it's only for the next attack.
Yeah, it's help as a bonus action, so it helps him. Yeah.
So no, it would not be sneak attack.
Okay. I will not roll all those dice and try to count them then. Just the dagger. All right, come on, roll to me. I know you can do this. Whatever. All right, that's like 7 damage. Whatever.
Okay, is it 7 damage or like 7 damage?
That is actually 7 damage.
Okay.
Did you use your sneak attack?
I can't because it was my offhand attack, so it was the second attack.
You can still use it.
Didn't have advantage.
She doesn't have advantage with... Oh, the first attack had advantage, the second didn't.
Correct.
That's what I
Right.
get for stepping
So-
aside. My bad, sorry.
That's okay. I'm just trying to make sure I'm rolling the correct dice.
7 damage. Anything else for your turn?
Sorry, I'm trying to. I used my bonus action, didn't I? Yes, I did. Okay, I used it to get here. Never mind. I do not have a bonus action.
You couldn't. Yeah, you also couldn't make the offhand attack. You used a bonus action to Misty Step.
Yeah, but I have dual wield. I thought that gave me the offhand.
You do have dual wield? Okay. It.
I'm pretty sure that doesn't give you an extra attack. I'm pretty sure that just means you can add your proficiency modifier to your damage.
Right.
Still have to use your bonus action to attack.
Right. You still have to use a bonus when you dual wield. You still have to use a bonus action to attack. It doesn't give you extra attack.
Probably conflating my character again.
Okay. While you check on that, we're gonna move on. It's Red Ilya's turn. She's going to make an attack against you. Does an 18 hit?
Sorry, I'm reading a different part of my character sheet. Yes. Dang it. 1 point.
Okay. 4 points of piercing damage. 11 points of necrotic.
I have a resistance to piercing damage listed. But
Okay,
Cure
so-
Shock would have worn off, right? That was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was days ago, or at least a day ago.
Okay. Apparently,
So-
I just haven't actually removed the ding yet. Alright, so 4 and 11 of the other. Okay.
And Cure, you're up.
Oh, whack, going to attack. And do I have flanking from Tab?
I mean, have an ally at the moment. Yes, you have flanking.
We're certainly harrying Blue Ilya. Whether Cure considers us an ally is an open question.
Oh, 14.
But
That
we
sucked.
believe that
So
Cure
at
considers
least
us
it's
an
not
ally,
a
even though she's
natural
mad at
one.
us.
Yeah, it's better than a natural one. All right, let's see what the second attack is. 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
Something about the face melting threw you off there for a hot second. You just didn't get your sword in.
Yeah, I'm going to throw a level 2 smite into this. All right, 10 slashing and 15 radiant.
How you want to do that?
Through the stomach, twist, yank it out, and turn my back onto her as she falls.
Okay.
Oh, I can start moving. Oh, there's people fighting over there. Start walking across the room. Flick my sword out to the side to flick the blood across the stones. That's it for me.
Okay. Dawson, you're up. Don, you're muted again.
I always have myself unmuted and then I mute myself to start. Anyways. Yeah, so I'm gonna do another chromatic orb, except for at the other one. I'm gonna do this one at second level. That is a 17.
17 hits.
Rolling dice, rolling. And I'm gonna burn a sorcery point to re-roll that 1 to replace it with a 3. So that is a 23 instead of a 21. We're gonna do acid again.
Alrighty.
Seemed to be effective with the other one, so
Yeah, it seems like you're melting these Ilias.
I'm okay with that.
You don't have to see it.
Can't see it.
With that, I think, yeah, that's gonna be Jozin's turn.
Okay. Tab, you're up.
Okay. Is the body at our feet doing anything? Like,
Seems pretty dead.
okay. Then we're going to rinse and repeat. Movement and bonus action dash to get in here and stab away. Lots more than last time. So 36.
Yeah.
That charger bonus is a little ridiculous. At some point, you'll put us in a situation we can't actually run far enough to use it, and I'll be sad. But in the meantime, enjoying it very much. Oh, that's a real good roll too. 39 points of magical damage, magical piercing.
Okay.
That's our. Actually, let me double check how far we went because I forgot we got our disengagey thing. Cool. Yeah, well, we'll take our free disengage and doop, back out of the way. That's our turn.
Dang it, Tab.
Macklin.
All right. I see Tab leap in, leap out. Is it possible to get flanking if I... Is it possible to move over here, or is that on top of a root?
I mean, it's on top of a root. Whether or not you want to stand on top of a root, it's up to you.
I don't want to stay on top of a root. Is here flanking?
Yes.
Then I'm going to move into flanking. Bonus action disengage. And I'm going to draw the Rexcentrum Rapier and just start hacking away with that.
Okay, why are you disengaging?
Did I say disengage? I meant to say dodge.
Okay, sure.
Sorry, bonus action dodge. I'm a little crispy, don't mind me. That's a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
19 hits. That is a D8 plus 5, plus a whole bunch of sneak attack dice. That's not bad. That is 31 points of piercing. No, sorry, 36 points of piercing damage.
Okay. And you're using the Rexington rapier?
Yes.
Add,
Non-magical.
add 1d6 damage
What?
as your blade lights on fire.
What? That does things?
Wow.
It's a 6. That's 42.
Good job, Macklin.
And Macklin makes that noise. Wow! That's not supposed to happen. I'm going to do it
Your
again.
sword is on fire.
So when you impale the clone of Ilya on the sword, you see the figure. I'm just gonna go with it. Light up the ground, completely dead.
Does the blade stay on fire?
No.
So, incredulously, with the blade steaming, the hole steaming, the pile of homunculus, Macklin just looks dumbfounded, eyes wide, looks to the steaming, smoldering blade, looks back to the body, back to the blade. I did not do that. I didn't know that could do that. V, did you know that could do that?
Nope. But we do now, I guess.
Can you do it
It
to
was
the other
fine with
one?
that dagger, damn it.
To the other one? Macklin shrugs and wipes the blade off, or goes to. It is soot. And shifts awkwardly in Cure's direction.
Roll me a history check.
History. Okay, not bad. That is that's a 19.
You remember something from some of the information that you got from the cult.
Oh. Embrace us with arms and dress us with swords, and light up our hearts with blood so bold.
The poem is about the swords? Daggers? Whatever.
Possibly. Perhaps it's reacting to because it's any of. I don't know, but I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. So either this is prophecy happening, or all the blades are magic.
I mean, maybe specifically Rexingtrum blades are.
Maybe specifically Rexentrum. Maybe they explode when stabbing specific things. I don't know. As Cure mentions doing it to the other one, he's going to go approach a corpse.
Okay.
Passing by Cure as he does so. So you want me to just go, I mean, she looks very dead. I don't mind stabbing a corpse, I really don't. But, right.
Immolate
Okay.
it if it's possible.
Right. Immolation. I'll give the body a good stibbity stab.
Okay. So, because yeah, it did. So yeah, roll a d6.
Oh, that's a 3.
It burns. It is not immolate as pretty as the other one, then.
Perhaps it's out of fuel. I take it and flick it and look it over. Well, it's crispy. Do you want me to keep going?
I don't know why we're stabbing a body over and over again, but I think we should just continue going forward.
Hold on, Josen.
Josen holds on.
First, I cast Divine Sense.
Okay.
Oh no.
Any pings in the room?
Other than the one you're used to.
Can we
All right.
tell that Cure is doing this, or
I don't think I've ever described a physical effect before whenever she
okay?
does
So you
it.
just notice. Cool.
Just a momentary, intense look of concentration, which could be anything. Then I'm going to put my sword away, pull out the rune chalk, walk over to Josen.
Cure.
Bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing, which would you like to hurt less?
What have we been fighting so far? Mostly piercing? I suppose I'll be out back, so piercing would probably be better, because most likely I'll get hit with an arrow.
I draw a little arrowhead on a piece of armor. Macklin?
I'll go with slashing. Thank you.
Draw a little crescent moon on him. V?
Or as you look at V, you realize V has a little storm cloud floating over his head.
I blink once and V, bludgeoning, slashing, or piercing.
Piercing, please. He
And
is just
motion
carrying
and-
on with his day with his storm cloud.
Kiora will motion V over so she can draw the little arrowhead for piercing. Tab.
Insight check.
Okay.
Duty 20. How mad is Gior at us now?
She's still
Or s-
smoldering. It doesn't seem to interfere with her desire to keep Tab safe, but
We will slide up. We don't know. You choose, please.
kind of do a little exhale sigh like, ah. After a moment, I draw a crescent moon for slashing.
Nod. Take a step back.
Then I'll draw a little shield on my shield to give me an AC bonus.
Right then, could everyone hold still for one moment? I'm gonna take out the black magic chalk. And I'm gonna draw a cross in everyone's foot to grant a +3 to stealth checks for 1 hour.
Yay!
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 uses.
And is the crescent moon also 1 hour, or is that a different duration?
1 hour.
Hi.
Checking something. All right, got it.
So as you all move to continue on, we're gonna call it for tonight. I still have to do some overtime.
Oh,
Oof.
alrighty. Well, hopefully I'm less crispy about the next game. Thank you for game. This was...
Interesting. This was interesting.
things happened.
A lot
I
of things
wasn't
happen.
prepared for that.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe we're not quite prepared. But it happened. We did it live.
We did do it live
We did it live.
for the whole world to see.
Mm-hmm.
But
kinda
how
wanna
does that
ch-
make you feel?
I kind of want to check John's stream to see what his reactions were at the start of game now.
He just pogged the whole time.
I was doing the, fingers to the eyes, gripping the nose, rubbing the forehead.
Captain Picard facepalm.
Yep,
Just so
did that a
tired
couple
of everyone.
times too. Legit, that happened. Like, legit. That tends to happen a lot though, with this party. A lot of face bombing.
Yeah, we're a clusterfuck.
In a good
Wasn't
way.
that bad. Could have been worse.
You got thrown down the stairs in an iron mummy.
I agree, it could have been worse.
Yeah, that was. I don't think Kyora's been hit that low for a while.
Well, it's about time someone knocked her down a peg. It's been too long.
Gior
damn
had been
straight.
warned about walking away from Tab angry. That conversation had been had.
Wait, that was a conversation about walking away from Tab angry?
Oh yeah, back at the hunting lodge.
Oh my god, there was.
Tab communicated very clearly, at least in their opinion. I don't remember how clear they actually were.
Did they
very.
specifically
How
say, "I'm gonna throw
Not
the
very.
iron
how
bands at you"?
personally how personally they took it when
Oof.
Kira stomped away from them when they were trying to have a vulnerable moment.
Man, that keeps happening too. Like,
Sure does.
I feel like
Sure does. So
there's a lot of
so
moments
we
between
are,
characters, but
we also, it turns out, can make rash decisions occasionally.
They
occasionally.
need a good conversation on boundaries. That's what they need.
Boundaries? How is that gonna help anything?
Because there's boundaries, like, you don't throw a giant metal casket at your party members.
Yeah, I thought we had that conversation with V.
And if someone doesn't feel like talking at that particular moment, let them walk away and cool down.
No, that was never part of the conversation.
Well, when someone has been sulking aggressively for an extended period of time,
I find sitting
That
on the
doesn't
stairs
sound
is a
like
little
it's
bit
your
better.
problem, though.
aggressively and repeatedly.
I thought Tab was the one who sulked.
Also, Tab wasn't here for the V. Oh no, that was back in hell, wasn't it?
That was back in hell,
That
bro.
was-
We
Yeah.
there for that, or was that when we were at the casino?
Yes.
Sure.
That
Or
was
was it,
the-
was it all
it
the
was the
same
hell-
thing?
Hell Casino.
That was when we were leaving in the street outside, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was when we were going
Yeah.
back down the elevator thing of a death.
We caught V. We caught V, and
Oh right, because it was both. Oh, so but that was when we had snuck away. We were gone. You caught V, and we weren't actually
and
there
you
for that.
bolted,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then I bolted after you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when we totally forgot to bring the main antagonist of the next game that's coming up.
Etten.
Yeah. Etten.
I had to lie so many times to Tab.
Yeah. You
yeah.
still
we,
do.
We noticed.
Tab never noticed. Be quiet. Well, that was fun.
Good shit.
Good shit.
Thanks,
That was
Heather.
good. Thank you for game.
I'll talk to y'all in 2 weeks.
See you around 2
Well-
weeks.
What? 1 week. Sorry.
I mean, hopefully also too.
I
mean,
hopefully sooner than a week.
I'm not
Too many
upsetting
games.
spaghetti. I just thought
Too
I missed
many
something.
games. I'll see some of you Saturday, but too many games. Too many games.
Have you pinned down Kevin to make sure that he knows he's supposed to come to game?
At this point, as much as we've I mean, first of all, Jim will send me a message probably Thursday to confirm. And at this point, if Kevin doesn't show up, Kevin doesn't show up. I'm not gonna push it out anymore. You hear that, Mish?
Yep.
I shouldn't say anything. Mish is usually there, so I think it's only been once Mish hasn't shown up to that game when it was scheduled.
Less. I've been there more often, more recently.
More often, more recently.
Yeah.
Technically,
The
yes.
last-
Realistically, no.
Yeah.
I mean, the last year you haven't really missed a game. Not since I've worked at Grand Rounds, even, probably.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think since my Saturday game moved to forums, I've been a lot more reliable.
Yeah, but I mean, even usually, like if you know the game's scheduled, you're there. I mean, even at the
Oh.
beginning of it, if you knew
Yeah.
when it was, you were there. So.
Yeah, and if I have to cancel or anything, I'd give plenty forewarning.
Like a conscientious adult who understands the social contract.
No.
What? No.
No.
He totally gets the social contract. He's always beat me over the fucking head about it, making me feel bad.
Mish makes a lot of people feel bad.
I'm like, I don't want to run game. He's like, no, you agreed to do this. You have to. I'm like, fuck.
Why would you tell me I have to, man?
I don't get angry at people. I get disappointed in people.
Yeah, I
I don't
do
know
the
how
same.
That's really good dad disappointment. That's the true fact.
I thought I was gonna say that he mastered mom guilt somehow.
No, dad disappointment. It's a different flavor.
He's the parent that sits on the door frame, just tapping their foot as you walk through the door after the party.
Kind of just shakes his head a little bit, like.
We'll talk about it in.
We'll talk about it in the morning.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I expected better decisions from you.
Oh god, I've channeled a lot of that into Cure.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Yeah.
noticing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You really have. It's
Mhm.
kind of a downer. Kind of starting to consider her
Actually,
to be a
you
fuddy
just,
duddy.
like, stood there and gave the whole lecture here. Not
Well,
half an
yeah.
hour ago.
I called everyone an asshole.
Jozin's the grandma of the group. Oh, don't worry. We'll work it out.
My grandma did not never ever do that. The spoon came out first.
Wow, your grandma
Wooden
was
gas
nice.
spoon.
Yeah, she's not. She's
Definitely.
You've got your Latino grandmothers who's got La Chancla. Well, she's an Irish grandmother with the spoon.
Oh, I know the Irish.
Essentially a hag.
So, funny story. We're not. My grandmother stopped spanking people with wooden spoons because she broke a wooden spoon over my mom's ass.
That happened to my older brother, and it was a lesson to the rest of us.
It was a family legend, and in fact, yeah. So it became like a running joke that wooden spoons aren't used because they are not strong enough.
Yeah, we would switch to the metal one. Yeah. I used to get either the cow whip or something of that sort.
Dude, I thought you were about to say cattle prod.
No. We used to have cattle whips instead. To be honest with you, I think I'd rather take the fucking cattle prod. Because, I mean, my grandmother was a fucking old farmer who... I love the woman right to death, do not get me wrong, but you cross there, she'd be... You didn't think an old lady could run? I guarantee you that old lady can.
So the good news is my grandmother was. So my mom's the youngest of 6. So we're the youngest set of grandchildren. So by the time we came around, I couldn't get more than like a swat. Just didn't have the energy for it.
She gave up, I used to live with mine, so,
But, I mean, out of my cousins, we were probably one of the more sedate set of grandkids.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine I was a good grandson, but I mean, there was those couple times that I pissed her off that much, And
These motherfuckers.
yep, I'd get that a lot.
Oh no! Sorry, I'm working at the moment. So I
Oh.
looked at. I sent a request saying, or I called this hospital saying, "Hey, you idiots sent me the wrong notes. I need this note, this note, and this note." And they went, "Well, we can't do anything about that. You have to send us a new request." So I sent them a new request, and they sent me the exact same set of notes with a nasty note on it saying, "We already sent this to you."
Oh, so on that note, I'm going to bed.
Good night.
Have fun. I'm gonna chug some Mountain Dew and work.
Have fun. Have a good night, everyone. It was fun.
Bye.
Good night, everyone. Talk to y'all later.
Bye bye. More inter-party drama. I guess that's what you get when you get a bunch of opposite personalities in an adventuring party going to stop the evil doers of the world. You get some personality clash, if that's what you want to call it. Well, thank you all for whoever tuned in. I appreciate you tuning in and watching New Booker Presents Tal'Dorei Nights. It was quite an interesting game, and for those of you who are checking this out after the fact, I appreciate you too, because you're awesome. You people who watch the stream, you're awesome. Everyone's awesome. If you enjoyed, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you liked, please go ahead and give it that thumbs up. Everything helps out. I really appreciate anyone who's supporting the channel. Thanks again. I appreciate you all. Hope you have a wonderful night, and I hope to see you all in the next video.